Look at your phone. Right now, in this exact moment, you have hundreds, maybe thousands of digital friends waiting behind a sleek, cold glass screen. You can send a burst of data across the vastness of the globe in less than a single second. You are plugged into the most complex, interconnected network to ever exist in the history of this planet. On paper, it feels like a triumph. It feels like we have finally conquered the ancient curse of distance. But if you look closer, the real answer is far stranger and deeply heartbreaking. You are also living in the loneliest era human history has ever seen. For over 300,000 years, your ancestors never knew what this specific, heavy emptiness felt like. They lived in small, tight-knit tribes of hunter-gatherers, where being alone was not a preference. It simply was not an option. In the ancient world, if you wandered away from the group, you didn't just feel lonely. You died. Survival was a strict, unforgiving team sport. Because of this, your brain evolved in an environment where seeing the familiar faces of your people every single day, hearing their voices, and feeling their presence was as vital to your survival as breathing clean air. The campfires were small, but the circles were completely unbroken. You fell asleep to the rhythmic sound of your tribe breathing around you in the dark, safe in the knowledge that you belonged. What happens when you suddenly rip that comfort away? When you feel disconnected from others today, it is not just a passing sad mood. It is an ancient, primitive alarm system screaming inside your chest. Your body interprets isolation as a literal, physical threat to your life. Your nervous system prepares for a brutal fight, flooding your heart with a heavy, unexplainable anxiety that sits in your stomach. Your ancient brain does not understand that you are just sitting safely in a modern bedroom with food in the fridge. It thinks you have been abandoned in the freezing wild, left behind by the people who were supposed to protect you. It feels like a physical ache, because for millennia, banishment from the tribe was the ultimate death sentence. Then we built the digital world. We engineered a massive global society, and in the process, we accidentally replaced the physical warmth of the tribe with the artificial, cold glow of a notification light. We began to value the quantity of our interactions over the actual quality of our connections. Today, you might have thousands of followers or digital connections, but your evolutionary hardware cannot process them. We try to split our attention into 1,000 tiny digital fragments, checking boxes, liking photos, and sending quick text messages. We have thousands of people who know our name online, but no one to sit with us in total silence when things go wrong. We are drowning in constant contact, yet starving for a single, genuine, real-world hug. We have traded immense human depth for cheap digital surface area, and now we are paying the price. Look at the physical layout of how we live today. We have literally designed our modern world to keep us apart. The wealthier we become, the higher the walls we build around ourselves. We buy bigger houses with larger yards and higher fences, paying a premium for the luxury of isolation, just so we don't have to look into the eyes of our neighbors. We drive to work in separate, isolated metal boxes. We buy our groceries through automated, lifeless touchscreens. We lock ourselves behind heavy, deadbolted doors at night and call it independence. We celebrate it as the ultimate freedom. But in reality, we have mistaken privacy for peace. We are starving for human connection inside houses full of beautifully decorated, empty rooms. But here is the most terrifying, most heartbreaking part of this modern illusion. While we spend our limited time and precious energy chasing the attention and validation of complete strangers online, we are completely ignoring the real, living tribe sitting right next to us. Think about your daily routine. We sit at the dinner table with our family, our parents, or our partners, but our eyes are glued downward, staring at the screen. We let months, sometimes years, pass without calling an old friend, because we assume we are connected, just because we saw their life through a 15-second story. We treat the physical presence of the people in our rooms as a background distraction, while prioritizing a digital world that doesn't actually care if we exist. We forget a brutal, mathematical truth about human life. Your time with the people who actually matter to you is terrifyingly finite. It is not an infinite resource. You only get a very limited number of summers left with your parents as they grow older. You only get a limited number of deep, late-night conversations with your closest friends before life pulls you into different cities, different jobs, and different responsibilities. You only get so many moments of pure, unfiltered childhood with your siblings or your children. Every single hour you spend mindlessly scrolling through a feed of strangers is an hour you are actively stealing from the real, breathing people who love you in the physical world. We are sacrificing the irreplaceable, sacred presence of those beside us for the phantom, temporary validation of a glass rectangle. This is not a personal failure on your part. It is not because you are socially awkward or because something is inherently broken inside your personality. It is a massive biological mismatch. You are an ancient, tribal animal trapped in a hyper-isolated cage of your own modern design. But the beautiful truth is, you are the one holding the key to the cage. What would happen if we finally acknowledge this collective, hidden ache? What if tomorrow morning we decided that genuine eye contact with the person sitting across the room mattered more than any digital metric? The matrix of modern anxiety would begin to shatter. You do not need the approval of the entire internet to feel whole. You never did. You just need a few people who truly see you, flaws, mistakes, and all, and choose to stay by your side. Healing doesn't require a massive societal shift. It starts when we put down the glass shields, step out of our separate concrete boxes, and learn to gather again. It starts when you close the laptop, put the phone completely face down, and actually listen to the fragile sound of a voice you love. Tonight, when you lock your door and turn off your glowing screen, look into the quiet dark. Notice the heavy, profound silence stretching across your room. Remember that you are not broken for feeling this emptiness inside your chest. You are simply a human being missing your tribe. But tomorrow, when the sun comes up, you have a powerful choice to make. Don't look at the screen first. Look at the people next to you. Hug them a little tighter. Talk to them a little deeper. Listen to them a little longer. Realize that your true tribe hasn't been lost in the ancient past. It has been sitting right in front of you all along.